Hey everybody, welcome back to Lettermen Row in the virtual film lab with Zach Boren. Both of us separated, not able to get back into the home studio and break it down, but we're staying safe. And Zach, appreciate you taking the time to talk a little linebacker play today.
Of course, man. I miss you, buddy. I know we're normally in the lab, but now you're right. I'm in my house lab, I guess you could call it.
Yeah, we're trying to get through it, and we still want to talk about football. And this is a guy that I don't think we've had a lot of chance to break him down on film, because it's been a little bit harder, whether injuries or playing time and the veterans ahead of him. Teradja Mitchell is a guy that we've talked about as being the next in line, but haven't had a ton of chances to really look at him. So we're going to do that today. But why is it, you think, that there's been so much excitement about this kid and what he could bring to the Buckeyes?
Man, I love him. He's got that old school mentality, right? I mean, you go around the Woody Hayes, you ask any player on that team who one of the hardest hitters is, and people may say the hardest hitter, they're going to say Teradja Mitchell, right? I mean, he's the guy that every single day brings the juice. You see what he does on special teams. He's a guy that I know is just itching at the bit to get out there and make his name known on defense, and I think you're going to be able to see that.
I think it's pretty wild to just look at this now, the situation for Ohio State at linebacker and how far it's come. Those first few years with Urban, and you were a part of this, there just wasn't a lot of depth there to speak of, and that kind of took a little bit of time until now you're at this point where there's 6-7 guys, and Teradja Mitchell, he probably could have been starting at almost any other program in the Big Ten as a freshman. Now he's still waiting in year 3. That's a positive for the program, but also probably a tough thing for Teradja Mitchell to deal with personally.
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head, right? Any other maybe any other program in the country, maybe besides Clemson, who I know had some older linebackers. He's a kid who could have been starting right as a freshman, and he's going into year 3, and especially a kid like that, I know he bleeds scarlet and gray. He does everything he can to help this team win. Like I said, he brings it every day in practice. I've seen him in practice. He's kind of sets the tone. So I know he wants to be out there on the defense side of the ball, and he's been, taking advantage of every opportunity he has on special teams. But when his numbers called on defense this year, which you will see, just because he brings a different element, right? We see the Baron Brownies who can run sideline and sideline and cover the slot receiver. This is a guy that you're going to see against the big horses come out and be able to lay the wood. He can take on those 330-pound linemen, right, and hands them and stuff them in the hole. And that's just the way he plays, right? And you need that in college football. You need that in a middle linebacker, and so you're going to be able to see him on the field this year.
He had a little bit of a chance to do that late last season for the Buckeyes once he got healthy. That gives us enough for Zach Boren to break down right now on BuckIQ. Let's roll the tape. All right, Zach, this is it. As we said, we don't have a ton of clips. We're looking at Miami of Ohio, and we're looking at Rutgers. But Teradja Mitchell getting on the field, having a chance to show what he can do. You got to just make the most of the opportunities you have.
No doubt. And you see a little bit of a stunt here up front, right, with the defensive line. But what I love about this is Teradja sees the pulling guard, sees the pulling tight end, has great footwork at the linebacker position. Look, he's taken on the lead blockers, the pullers, 1.5 yards behind the line of scrimmage, playing downhill, gets off the block, and makes the play. That is what you love to see from an inside linebacker. That's what gets me excited. He's a bruiser, right? Plays downhill, plays quick, reads and reacts the right way, and you're going to be seeing a lot more of this.
When a guy has a chance like this, and even if it's late in the game, like you're getting in the stat sheet, a tackle for loss, any tackle like that for a younger player, how much does that confidence boost really help?
It's a huge confidence boost, right? He's playing downhill, getting a tackle for loss, feeling contact, getting off of contact, everything that he's repping in practice that, as a young guy, it's technique. When you finally do that in a game, especially to an opponent, and this is the second quarter. Yes, some second string guys are in, but to do this in a game, especially in your home stadium, screaming fans, there is nothing more that as a young player that you can ask for from gaining confidence.
And I remember, thinking back and how much I miss being in the stadium. But this second half against Rutgers, that game was such a blowout so quickly. We knew we were going to get to see a lot of young guys in action for an extended period of time. I remember leaving, the stadium that night and Teradja walking down that horrible long tunnel at Rutgers. And it was like you knew that this guy had done something and caught people's attention, because throughout that second half, he just kept showing up. And they weren't all tackles for loss, but, man, when he hits somebody – you don't forget it.
But what people don't realize is this what this kid doesn't practice each and every day, right? The coaches, the other players know what he brings. He's a special downhill inside linebacker that can bring a completely different attitude to a defense, and people have been seeing this. Granted, you know, at Rutgers, the fans finally saw it. It's not, you know, it's not the spring game. You're actually seeing it in a live football game when live bullets are flying. So I think that's what got a lot of the fans excited and kind of the hype behind him. But this is a guy who's been doing this since he arrived on campus. And you saw it right here in Rutgers multiple times in the second half. He's playing downhill, taking on the offensive lineman. You see that when he shocks, right? Shock and shed. You saw the offensive lineman turn his shoulders. Teradja gets off, is on the running back right there, and gets another tackle for a loss. You cannot ask for more from a linebacker. Yes, you know, everyone's going to say this is Rutgers, but that is still an offensive lineman that's 320 pounds. That's a big dude, and you see him using his strength and coming downhill and playing.
I was pretty sure when I decided, you know, let's talk about Teradja. Let's get some clips. This is the one that stuck in my mind. Like, Zach is going to love this.
I remember this play. I was watching, and man, this is what gets me excited, right? I was a inside linebacker, downhill hitter. Don't move me sideline to sideline. Let's play downhill. Let's play in a phone booth. And my gosh, this is the hit that this is Teradja Mitchell in a nutshell, right? He's seeing the play. He gets back in his drop. Quarterback takes it. It's a quarterback draw. He comes in, puts his helmet right in the quarterback's chest, wraps his arms, and completely stops him. And, oh, this is a massive hit, right? But this is Teradja Mitchell in a nutshell. Like I said, he does this on special teams. He's been doing this in practice. Finally, the fans are seeing it. You freeze it right there. Look at his face mask right in the middle of his chest. That's how you tackle someone. You see so many guys, you know, trying to go, you know, at ankles, at legs. Teradja Mitchell's going to put his face mask right in your chest, and you're going to know that you got hit by that man.
And we've talked so often about, you know, the targeting rules and whether the things that you like and don't like about it. And this is a quarterback, you know, obviously he's running. That's a little bit of a different situation, but in this day and age, this is about the best you can possibly do within the boundaries of the rules to knock somebody out.
We are not going to get in the targeting conversation.
Yeah, not during quarantine, no.
You know you can get me going, especially in quarantine. We don't need that, right? This is how football's supposed to be played. You put your face mask right in the other man's chest, and you man up, bow your neck, and you bring the pain, right? And that is what Teradja Mitchell does. That's how Teradja Mitchell plays, and that is exactly how you're supposed to play the middle linebacker position.
Yeah, I think that guy clearly recognized he'd made a mistake when he got past the line of scrimmage, saw that freight train there waiting to deliver the boom for him. Teradja Mitchell, more opportunities surely coming his way for the Ohio State Buckeyes and the Silver Bullet defense. So hopefully we can get some, like I said, for Kayvon Pope, some bigger games to break down for Teradja Mitchell in the future, Zach.
I can't wait to break down both these guys. You know, we've talked about it. I know I am. I know you are. So many of the fans are expecting huge things from Teradja Mitchell and Pope. You know, this coming fall, because we are going to have a football season. I'm a firm believer in that. We'll talk about that more in another episode. But I can't wait to break down these two guys, and we're expecting huge things from them.
All right, Boren and I am Austin Ward. This has been Lettermen Row, BuckIQ. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe below to get the latest videos from Lettermen Row.
We got Lettermen Live, we've got the practice report, we got rapid reaction. Hey, and you know we got BuckIQ with Zach Boren.
For sure. We got recruiting breakdowns with Berm. We got whatever you need. Ohio State football and Ohio State athletics, we've got you covered here at Lettermen Row.